happy, healthy, pain-free life without medications, without manual therapy, restrictive diets, or hours in the gym. So before we start, I just want to make sure that everybody here is in the right place. So this presentation is for you if you are experiencing persistent pain in the body that just doesn't want to go away no matter what you do. This is for you if you're looking for an alternative to pain management. If you no longer wish to suppress the symptoms, but instead get to the root cause of the discomfort and achieve lasting results. This is for you if you're ready to shift your health and well-being towards vitality and abundance. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to end the struggle with persistent symptoms and start waking up energized and at ease, feeling alive and fully present in your body. I'm going to show you how to confidently reclaim your health and your vitality so that you can be free from repeat prescriptions, investigations, waiting lists, and follow-up appointments. How to end a vicious cycle of fear, overwhelm, anxiety, and fatigue, and instead begin to lean into joy, abundance, and natural creativity. In this workshop, I will teach you how to shift from ineffective, costly, and time-consuming symptom management to a path of lasting recovery. How to end the constant battle against persistent pain and other ailments, and instead trust in the wisdom of the body to show you the route to freedom. I'm going to teach you how to stop seeking and searching outside of yourself for relief and instead cultivate passion and connection to the self from within. I have a promise for you today, and that is a step-by-step strategy to recover from chronic pain, even if you've already tried everything. It is time to reclaim your health and your vitality, feel fully alive and present in your body without medications, without manual therapy, restrictive dieting, or hours in the gym. So does this sound like you? Have you tried everything to recover your health from chronic pain and other symptoms, but nothing seems to work in the long term, leaving you feeling frustrated and despondent, wondering if it will always be this way? Are you fed up with the repeat visits to physiotherapists, doctors, chiropractors, and osteopaths in search of answers to why you're still in pain? And despite doing all the exercises, taking all of the advice, and even taking pain medications or supplements, nothing seems to be shifting for the long term. Do you struggle to believe that pain-free is possible? Have you forgotten what it's like to inhabit a body that doesn't hurt all the time? Have you been struggling on, trying to pretend that everything is okay, but deep down you know it's not? Have you been told that it's all in your head, or made to feel like you're exaggerating your symptoms or even making things up? Have you been told that your pain is caused by wear and tear or due to changes that are showing up on X-rays or MRI scans? Have you been told that what you have is chronic or degenerative, that there's nothing that can be done, and that you have to learn to manage your pain and live with it? Are you feeling guilty for being so stressed and short-tempered due to your symptoms that you unintentionally take your frustrations out on those close to you? Have you tried meditation, yoga, massage, acupuncture, Reiki, self-help books, expensive retreats, or even surgery, yet nothing's working long-term? And are you beginning to believe that the best and maybe the only thing left to do is to just accept that you'll always be in pain? Well, maybe I'm the first person to tell you this, and it's hard for you to believe it right now, but you can recover. Pain-free is possible. You see, the real problem here is that you haven't yet taken the steps. When you start walking this bold path, you'll no longer be stuck in the never-ending cycle of flare-ups, assessments and investigations that give no clear answers and no hope of ever being pain-free. You will no longer be reliant upon distractions such as TV, social media, food, smoking and/or drugs and alcohol to soothe your discomfort, only to be left feeling numb and disconnected from the things that matter most in your life. You'll no longer feel dependent on costly therapies that, although effective for a while, never give lasting relief from your persistent pain. Once you make the shifts, you'll create new neural pathways in your brain that make pain-free not only possible, but inevitable. You'll journey inwards, getting to the root cause of your discomfort and begin to trust your body's own innate wisdom and its inner knowing. You'll start to naturally awaken your true health and vitality without expensive treatments and therapy sessions. So who am I? Well, my name is Kerry Norton, and this is a long list of all of my experience and qualifications. I'm a chartered physiotherapist specializing in chronic pain recovery. I'm functional medicine trained. I'm a yoga teacher and embodied movement practitioner. I'm trauma-informed therapist and currently training as a trauma and tension releasing exercise provider. I'm a bit of a gut geek and a certified gut and psychology syndrome practitioner, so a GAPS practitioner. I'm a mother of 3 and a parent of 5 incredible human beings. And I am pain-free after 10 years of persistent spinal pain. And I did it through discovering these 5 steps. You see, this long list of accolades and achievements was not gained because I wanted to do more or achieve more or to learn more. All of this was discovered on my path to pain freedom. You see, there are 5 simple steps that you must make to recover your health and your vitality from chronic pain so that you can feel fully alive and present in your body. Now, I'm going to walk you through all 5 of those steps today on this workshop. You see, I discovered these 5 steps after more than 10 years of chronic pain. And if that did sound like you in what I was saying back then, well, that's because I understand what it's like to live in chronic pain because that was me. I had done all of the things. I had been to physiotherapy. I was the physiotherapist. I traveled far and wide, learning from the best doctors, researchers, scientists in the world. I traveled to America, to San Diego and to Dallas, Texas, and to Miami, Florida, in search of answers, learning and researching and practicing this, doing all of the diets. By the time I got to the point where I was beginning to believe that the best and the only thing left for me to do was to just accept it, I was swallowing this bitter pill of acceptance down with daily red wine and covering it in a smokescreen of marijuana. It was on a dark and frosty morning on a mountaintop in Switzerland when I went on a different journey, when I started to wake up to the realization that my pain was not caused by something that I could poke or prod or stretch or see on an MRI scan. Could not be exercised away or massaged away. I would need to take a different journey, a journey inwards. And that's when I began to put all of my learning and all of my training and my experience, not just my experience as a therapist, but my life experience, my experience of being a child growing up in challenging situations, my experiences of being a mother, of going through traumatic experiences in my delivery of my children, and everything that had happened to me, everything that I had learned in order to take these 5 bold steps towards pain freedom. The first one that I want to talk to you about today is to step up towards your highest self. Now, what does that mean? Well, you are not your pain, right? You are so much more than your diagnosis. And it begins by releasing the identity of the pain sufferer, of the victim. Because when we are attached to this identity of being in pain, it leaves us feeling hopeless. It leaves us feeling helpless. Our words and our thoughts, they're powerful. So when we feel things or say things like, I am a chronic pain sufferer, or I have a problem with, and we can put in any diagnosis in there, my back, my neck, I am in pain. I have fibromyalgia, or I have degenerative disc disease, I have arthritis, whatever it is. This puts us into a vibration, a lower vibration that pulls us down, that brings us into our pain experience, that connects us to our pain. Our words are powerful, so let's choose them wisely. We can exchange my pain to the pain, because when we make this small switch, we put some distance between ourselves and the pain. And it is from this small gap that healing can begin. When we start to separate ourselves, unbind and undisconnect from our pain, we can lean into I am healthy. We can lean into up until now, drawing a line in the sand that it may have been like that. It was challenging. It has been a problem, but now I move forwards in a different way. A part of me has been in pain. A part of me has been struggling, has been in challenge, has been in difficulty. But there is a bigger part of me, and that part of me desires health, it desires vitality, and it is ready for change. You see, it is not your fault that you have been connected to your pain, that you have been identifying as a pain sufferer. This is the way that we are taught. This is the way that we have been shown how to relate to and how to manage our pain. This is the old way. I call this way the blaming, viewing, doing model. In this model, we blame something physical for the problem, believing that it must be caused by something that we can see. The idea that we can touch it or manipulate the pain away. We separate the mind from the body and view parts of the body in isolation from each other. My back being different from my knees or my ankles or my elbows. We use medications and exercise, manual therapy, restrictive diets, or going to the gym and doing different exercises for hours, trying to change something about the physical. And it's not working. It keeps coming back over and over again. And so we blame something else. We image something else. We try something else to do. And we're stuck in a cycle, a never-ending cycle of repeat visits to physiotherapists, doctors, chiropractors, osteopaths, seeking and searching for answers. Well, there is a new way. a new way to relate to your pain. And in this way, we stop, we look, and we begin to listen. We stop chasing pain. We can take a moment to be still and stop all of the doing, the seeking, and the searching. Now, when I present this information at this point, I cannot help but pause and take a breath and feel what it is like to let go of the old way, to begin to look inwards, acknowledging that there is a connection between my mind and my body, and that every symptom, every problem that I label is an innate message. It is wisdom from the body. It is a message for us, to us, about us, and it will guide us towards our pain freedom. Because you see, everything is connected, and the clues to your recovery are expressing themselves through your experiences. So I have a powerful question for you that I wish you to begin to answer for yourself. I invite you to ask yourself the question, who am I? What are the roles that I am playing, the traits that I attribute to myself, the emotions that I am connected to, and the facts that I believe about myself? Who am I? And so when I ask myself this question, things come up like, I am a mother, I am hardworking, I am sympathetic, I am happy, or I am sad, I am a woman. These are some of the roles, traits, emotions, and facts that I believe about myself. And so what happens when these beliefs, when these identities create conflict in my life? When I am a mother, but also a business owner, also with responsibilities to earn money, to put food on the table, to go to work. What happens when I'm doing that? And this comes into conflict with my ability to be a mother. When I'm giving a presentation and school are calling me, and I have to make a decision whether I allow the phone to ring out and for them to go to the next person on the list, trusting that that is okay. And how does that conflict show up in my body? The traits that I have, if I'm hardworking, then what am I when I am not working hard? What do I believe about myself? If I am a happy person, then what am I when I am not happy, when I am sad? Yeah, so beginning to ask ourselves these questions, these facts, like what I believe to be fact about myself. So if it's a fact that I am a woman, well, then what's showing up for me when I'm not connecting to that identity? When I feel disconnected from that identity of being a woman. And this is something that shows up as huge conflict for so many people. Who am I? Step 2 is to step into a compelling vision of your future. A compelling vision of your future. So we want to look forwards. We want to put ourselves into the higher vibration. We take ourselves out of this low vibration of the pain sufferer, and we begin to lean into the higher, the highest version of ourselves, our most joyful, our healthiest reality. Because I realized after doing all of the things, seeking and searching and pursuing and doing and investing so much of my time, of my energy, of my resources into becoming pain-free. Yet deep down, if I was really honest with myself, the fact was that I did not believe that it was possible. After all this time, after doing all of the things, after everything I had been told, after doing the blaming, viewing, doing model for so long, I was finding it hard to believe that there was any chance that I would be pain-free, that there was a chance of a pain-free life for me. So do you believe it? Do you believe that it is possible for you to be 100% pain-free after all this time and after trying all the things? You see, when you have absolute certainty, when you believe it deep in your gut, when you have inner knowing that pain is not your identity, and you can begin to see yourself on the other side as healthy, as vital, as free from pain, then pain-free is not just possible, but it becomes inevitable because we keep taking the steps closer and closer. We keep lifting ourselves out of that low energy, of that low vibration, and leaning into our highest self. And that takes us to pain-free. That takes us on a journey towards a pain-free life. You see, your purpose is not pain management. You are not put on this earth to manage your symptoms and to simply live with it. Your purpose is joy. And this is a little collage of the joy in my life. These are my children. This is my little dog, Maggie. And there was a time when I could not connect with that, right? I could not reach a part of myself that was joyful. Now, my eldest son, when he was just a baby and I was deeply in my pain, I was deeply suffering and seeking and searching and doing all of the things, trying to recover, trying to free myself, I discovered yoga. I had been told that yoga might be something that was helpful for me. And in this yoga class, I was laying on the cold floor of this lady's garage as she did a yoga nidra, like a meditation for me, where she was attempting to connect me to the joy in my life. Yet when she asked me to bring to mind something that brings me joy, I couldn't connect to anything. There was nothing that could get me there, despite the fact that I had this beautiful baby at home. All I could connect with was the anxiety, the fear, the overwhelm in my life. And that is no way to live. So how did I move from being a person who could not connect with the joy in my life to being someone who has this abundance of joy and vitality now? You see, I love this quote, right? I love this quote about mighty oaks from little acorns grow. But you know, my daughter, Samara, she likes to collect acorns. And so often I find these shriveled up little acorns in her toy box. And these will not become great oak trees. These acorns have not been given what they need in order to grow, in order to thrive, in order that they can express the truest, highest expression of themselves. So my powerful question for you here, in order that you can go from being an acorn to a great oak tree is, what do I need to grow in order that I can go from a place of fear, anxiety, and overwhelm where I'm not connected to the joy that is in my life, to a place where I can thrive and be vital and healthy and connected to aliveness and joy and be the full expression of my true healthy self. What am I going to need? And often what people say when I ask them this question, and what I invite you to lean into, is, what do you need? Grounding, nature, stillness, quiet, support. What are you going to need on your journey of recovery? Step 3, bold step 3, is that we must step away from the view that chronic pain is caused by structural problems. Yeah, this was a difficult one for me. After so many years of doing all of the things, of teaching it, of telling others that their pain was caused by something that I could see on an X-ray or an MRI scan, letting go of this can be challenging. But you see, the pain is not the problem. The pain is the symptom of something much deeper. When we can get to the root of the problem, this will guide us to freedom. You see, it's not good enough to just mow the lawn. We have to pull the weeds out from the roots. Otherwise, they're going to grow back, right? We have to understand and address the underlying root cause of the problem. So the powerful question that I invite you to ask right now, and take out a pen and paper if you're not already writing this down. Make notes. Write this down for yourself. Come back to it again and again and ask yourself, what in my life right now is it that is really hurting me? When I am experiencing pain in my body, symptoms of pain and discomfort, irritation, anxiety, overwhelm, fatigue, these are messages. These are messages from us, to us, about us, and they will guide us to freedom. They will guide us to our inner knowing. And that is the path to recovery. What in my life is really hurting me right now? And often these are things that are in front of us that deep down we know, we just know, but we're not necessarily ready to see it yet. We're not necessarily ready to take that bold step towards action, towards doing something about it, freeing ourselves. I understood the steps, right? I understood what was lying at the root of my discomfort, of my hurting, a year before I finally had the courage to take the bold steps to become pain-free. Why did I, if I knew it, in my mind, I knew what it was that I needed to do, I knew the action that I had to take, I could see the roots. Why did it take me a year? Why did I continue to suffer, experiencing pain in my body, waking up every day in pain for a whole year before I finally became pain-free? And that is because it takes a huge amount of courage to pull the weeds out from the roots, to do what we need to do to recover. And you have to be ready for that. We have to be ready. We have to be ready to feel again. Step 4, we step into feeling. Now, when I began to feel again, the pain of the feelings were excruciating. The pain of the feelings were excruciating. So what do I mean by step into feeling, step into the feeling self? Well, what we know about pain is that pain is our danger alert system. It is our body's way of alerting us to danger. It's our brain's way of telling us that there is perceived threat in our environment. However, the brain doesn't differentiate between what is really dangerous to us and what is simply perceived as dangerous, perceived as threatening to us. And it can get it wrong, and it can ring the alarm bells when there is no danger other than the danger of our own emotions. Because it wasn't always safe, right? To feel the way you feel, to be who you are. If we were angry or sad as children, maybe we were told that that wasn't okay, that our anger, our sadness made people move away from us. We were disciplined or isolated or felt abandoned when we acted out, when we were angry, or we were told to hush, hush when we cried. And so we learn that it wasn't okay to be with those emotions, that it wasn't okay to feel sad, to feel mad, to feel angry. And so that when we felt those feelings, we didn't express them, we pushed them down deep inside ourselves. And as we got older and we moved into different experiences where these emotions threatened to rise up inside us, and we felt mad at something that someone had said or a situation that we were experiencing at work, and those feelings rise up inside, and the brain says, hey, this is threatening. We can't feel angry. We're not allowed to feel this way. People will get annoyed with us. We may be abandoned. This is, life-threatening stuff. That's how it is perceived. And so the brain rings those danger alert signals in the body of pain, of fatigue, of overwhelm, of anxiety. So may I ask you, if you're worried, if you're feeling scared right now, maybe you're feeling concerned that it will always be this way, that there's something seriously wrong with you, right? You've got changes on your MRIs or X-rays. You've been told that it's getting worse, that you might need surgery, that there's nothing that anyone can do for you anymore. You're just going to have to live with it. And it's beginning to affect your relationships, your ability to be the person that you truly desire to be. Maybe you're fearful that you might lose those relationships. Fear drives pain. Fear drives pain. The more that we fear what is going on for us, the more that we push it away, we push it to one side. We walk around saying, I'm fine, ignoring what is at the root, ignoring what we know to be true, and creating more and more threat, more and more concern. The deeper that we push these uncomfortable emotions, the louder we scream from the inside, the louder the pain becomes. We have to feel it in order to heal it. If there is anything that I have learned about pain in the body, it is that pain does not want you to heal it. Yeah. I have beat and suppressed my fear and my feelings and my pain for so long, only for it to keep coming back and back and back, and to keep trying something else. And it wasn't until I found the courage to feel all of those uncomfortable emotions, to stop pushing the pain away and start asking, why? Why am I in so much pain? What is it that is really hurting me right now? Who am I? What is the conflict in my life? How is this showing up as stress? How is this driving the fear that causes those alarm bells to continue to ring inside me, screaming out in pain? It's not your fault that you may have been relating to your pain in this way. Yeah, it's how we've been taught. It's how we've been told. And this has been generating fear around it. In order to change, we must begin to build a new relationship with fear, with our feelings. No more I am fine, disregarding the uncomfortable emotions and avoiding the feelings. No more numbing, no more sending signals of overwhelm and fear into the body. Instead, we're going to send the body a signal of safety, allowing it to stand down. Yeah. And I have a powerful question for you. What are you using to numb your way out of feeling it all? Now, when I was in a lot of pain, experiencing a lot of pain in my body, I realize now that despite being in so much pain, I was feeling nothing. I was totally numb. I was unable to connect to the joy of being a mother, unable to connect to the joy in anything. Drinking every day, putting a smokescreen around my feelings, protecting myself through busyness, through work, through all of the doing, all of the seeking, all of the searching, all of the pursuing, in an attempt to keep myself numb, to numb the discomfort of what was really going on for me. So take some time, take a pen and a piece of paper, and maybe you can write it down. All of the things, all of the behaviors and activities that you are partaking in right now that maybe even seem to be quite productive. They seem on the outside to be good. Perhaps it's an attention to detail, perfectionism, being the good girl, the good boy, doing things right. These are the things that protect us from what it is truly that we are afraid of. And these can drive pain. These can drive our personality traits. And often, people enjoy this about us, that we are reliable, that we are responsive to other people's needs, maybe people pleasers. But these are all things that can hold us stuck in our experience of pain. And so it doesn't have to be terrible addictions or anything like that, but maybe it is. What are you doing? What are you using to numb out the feeling? Perhaps it's the takeaway that you're getting on a Friday night because going out is no fun anymore. because I'm in so much pain. I don't want to let people down, so I'm going to stay home. I'm going to hide. What are you numbing with? And this moves us into step 5, bold step 5. Step towards powerful support. Step towards powerful support. Because things will get rough on your journey of healing. There will be times when you will want to give up, when you will say, I don't know that this is worth it. This feels bad. When I began feeling again, when I began healing from the root of all that was hurting, there were times when I wanted to turn back. There were times when I was like, actually, you know what? Maybe it's better to feel that physical pain than it is to feel this emotional pain. To actually do something about it. But on the other side, I truly believe that on the other side of all of that pain, of all of that despair, of that anguish, is your most joyful, your most abundant, your most creative destiny. It takes the courage to journey through, to get to the root. But getting to the root and understanding the root isn't enough. We have to journey through. The way out is through. And in order to get there, you will need to surround yourself in a powerful frame of support. In order to get to the other side of chronic pain and other persistent symptoms, you will need to be supported by an expert who is willing and able to look at the whole picture. You are an individual and there is no one way to heal chronic pain. So what will you look for when you're looking for powerful support, when you're looking for a guide? You want someone who will teach you the skills of accountability. You're going to want to know how long it's going to take for you to start seeing results and what to expect on the journey. Do they take into account your unique personality and your circumstances? Will they hold you in that and give you the tools and the support that you need to break free of the self-sabotage and the limiting beliefs that are holding you stuck in your experience of pain? Are they qualified to support you in this transformation? And the powerful question that we ask ourselves here is, when things get rough on my journey to pain freedom, because they will, right? What will I lean into for support? What will I lean into for support? Not just who, but what? Will I lean into the support of family, of friends, of a guide, of a mentor? Will I lean into nature, spirituality? Will I lean into my daily practice of solitude? Lean into my writing? You know, the ground will hold you. The ground will hold you if you let it. Now, I am still leaning into powerful support on my journey. Every day, I take time to be with myself, to be in my own needs, to be able to meet my own needs, because it's about understanding what you need and when you need it and how to give that to yourself. Yeah, how to know yourself. Because the number one on your list of things, of people, of whatever it is that you are leaning into. It needs to be you. You need to be able to lean into yourself, to be able to trust yourself, to be your biggest advocate. Because nobody is coming to save you. No one's coming to save us. I can't save you. Family, friends, mentors, guides, they can guide you. They can give you the tools and the resources and the support and hold you accountable, but you have to take the steps. You have to take the 5 bold steps towards your own pain freedom. A quick recap of those 5 steps. Number 1, you must begin to step up towards your higher self, to ditch the identity of the pain sufferer and move out of that low vibration towards your highest self. Stepping into the compelling vision of your future was step 2. Where do I want to be? Where am I going? What is my target, my aim? And holding that vision and taking bold step after bold step to get there, and not stopping those bold steps until you meet that higher vibration of yourself. Step 3 is to step away from the view that chronic pain and other persistent symptoms are caused by structural problems, something we can see, touch, poke, manipulate, or cut out. These are symptoms of the problem. Real truth here is that there is something deeper going on. Step 4, to step into feeling, to stop avoiding the uncomfortable emotions, because on the other side of all of that pain is your most joyful destiny. Step 5, step towards powerful support. You have to advocate for you. You have to surround yourself in a powerful frame of support that will guide you, support you when things get tough on your journey to pain freedom. So now, armed with all of that information, you have a choice. You can take that information, you can take your notes and think, yeah, actually, that was quite interesting. And yeah, maybe I'll do something with that at some point. But then life will get in the way, things will come up. And before we know it, we're another year down the line, like I was, where we know the way out has been shown to us, yet we have not walked towards it. So will you stay the same? Or will you begin to take these bold steps towards self, towards health and vitality, freedom from pain and abundance? Because although it might sound simple, right? Simple to say, they are not easy steps to implement and even more difficult to maintain. So how can I help you? How can I help you on this journey towards pain freedom? Well, if you've got this far in this presentation, then I commend you. You have already taken bold steps towards your pain freedom, and I commend you for that. I have created support to help you, to guide you if you choose to take these steps further, to take these 5 bold steps and begin to implement them into your life, starting now. You see, I created Route to Relief because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to bring a new narrative to the treatment of chronic pain, because I believe that the message that those suffering must accept, live with, manage their symptoms as best that they can must end. The truth is that armed with the latest science of persistent pain And with the right support, you have the opportunity to recover your health and your vitality from chronic pain. Pain-free is possible. It's achievable and it's simpler than you may think, even after decades of ill health. So what is Route to Relief? Route to Relief is a 6-week guided journey within to the root of all that is hurting, of all that has been missing. It provides the safety to explore those parts of the self that for so long have been left unattended and are now screaming in pain. It is a container of deep surrender to the truth that lies beneath the surface of discomfort. Route to Relief is grounding in the body's inner wisdom and its innate knowing. The embrace of curiosity and creativity as you journey through pain towards your most joyful destiny. It offers connection to the abundance that flows from source and guides you to your healthiest, most abundant, most vibrant self. How does it do this? How does it do this? Well, the 6-week journey supports recovery from chronic pain and other persistent symptoms. Yeah, it's been shown in study after study by the best scientists and institutions in the world that our brains and our neural circuitry play a significant role in our experience of pain and other persistent symptoms. The program that has been developed by Rewild Health Limited and is based on modern neuroscientific research uses a personalized, holistic mind-body approach to symptom resolution. This has been shown to be significantly more effective in the treatment of chronic symptoms than traditional pain management. But this route might not be for everybody. It's going to take bold commitment to self to go on this journey towards pain freedom. This is for you if you're experiencing persistent pain and are open to the belief that pain-free is possible. This journey is for you if you're willing to go inwards in search of the root cause of your persistent symptoms. This is for you if you're 100% committed to the outcome and ready to take personal responsibility for your own recovery. This journey is for you if you recognize that becoming pain-free will take a total investment in yourself, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and emotionally. Why do I do this? Why am I here talking to you today? Well, I do this because I understand what it's like to live with persistent pain. And I believe that it is possible to recover and lead a more joyful and connected life. I used to wake up in pain every day, and I went to bed in pain every day. I was numb and disconnected from myself, from my family, from my loved ones. And it took a lot. It took a lot to understand, to learn these steps, and even more to implement them. Because although it is a simple process, it's not easy. And I believe that this work should be done safely and held compassionately and in community. It took me more than a decade to find a cure for my chronic pain. And it is my mission to support others to recover without having to go through the years of investigations, treatments, and therapies that I did that weren't tackling the root cause of my persistent symptoms and weren't leading me towards pain freedom. There is no denying it. that staying in pain will be costly. I spent 10 years under investigation and receiving treatments from doctors, physios, osteopaths, chiropractors, massage therapists, yoga teachers, personal trainers, Reiki masters, you name it. I did all of the exercises. I took the supplements, I drank the green juices and experimented with various diets, only to find myself back at the beginning again and again in yet another cycle of flare-ups and fatigue, and with a lot less money in my pocket as a result. All of those expenses, they add up, right? And that's not to mention the cost of all of those missed opportunities, the strain that the pain put on my relationships, on my ability to be the mother, the wife, the friend that I truly desired to be. All that time lost. You can never get that back. So if I could offer you the opportunity to get on the path to pain freedom for as little as £7 a day, would you take it? If all it would cost you was the equivalent of a weekly takeaway, would you say yes to your chance at recovery? Or if it just took the commitment to prepare your own lunch every day for 6 weeks, rather than to buy it at the local coffee shop, would pain freedom be worth it? If you want to heal, you are going to have to take a bold step towards your own pain freedom. You're going to have to face the truth of the situation, that there is something deeper going on with your pain. You need to understand and address the root cause of what is driving your persistent health problems, and wake up to the realization that you have the power to change. All the answers are already there. They are within you. I believe it can work. I believe that you can recover, but that is not enough. You're going to need to believe it too, to take action. And you are not alone on this journey. This deeply healing and held journey within begins soon. You can see now the dates on the screen of when we are going inwards. And for a short time only, I am offering this transformational 6-week program with 90% off. There really is no time to delay. Places are limited. So many people are in pain. 1 in 4 people are experiencing chronic pain. That's the equivalent of millions, billions of people. I can't help everybody, but I can hold this small, deeply held container of a 6-week healing journey for those who are ready, committed to their own pain freedom. The value of this program of pain freedom, it's thousands, right? People would pay, I would have paid millions if I had it, to be pain-free when I was in pain, when I was suffering. The value of this program is £2,970, but for a limited time only, I am offering it for just £297. That's 90% off. All you need to find is 10% of the value to begin your journey to pain freedom. A link is coming up on your screen. But if it's not popping up, if the button isn't there and you're saying yes, that you want to begin this journey, you can go to bit.ly/route to relief. Spaces are limited for this deeply held journey. So to avoid disappointment, I invite you to sign up now, to say yes to yourself, to your own health and your vitality. Thank you for watching.